Hello guys, welcome to my channel Rejected Manager. Today I'm with you and I just got to learn about a new technique which is called the mind mapping technique. Though this is a very awesome technique which can help you to learn a lot of things easily because we are mapping the things in our mind, and the time to get these things recall is very less. Unlike whenever we do a writing or we just try to listen to the podcast or video, it takes us a lot of time to recall. Sometimes we are unable to recall the things the way we have learned. Most of the time, knowledge that we are getting, gathering ourselves is getting lost somewhere whenever we give it to the output. So this is the best technique. I saw one PPT in one internet and I just downloaded it so that I can share it with you. I'm also adding this PPT for you if you wanted to learn anything out of it. That is great. And even if you want, you can make your own PPT. This is one very easy, so don't get scared. This is very easy. So the starting of this project management plan comes with a very difficult examination. For that, you have to learn or you have to practice a lot of things. And the first thing is that you have to make your mindset like a project manager. Otherwise, you will uh, get into the trap and maybe you will end up losing a lot of scores and money because of not correctly mapping the thing or preparing your mindset according to the PMI. So let me start with the first thing that is in this PPT, which is uh, the project management plan, specifically the five knowledge areas and the 10 groups, out of which the 49 process groups. So starting with the first one, the five knowledge areas comes like the first one is the initiation, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and finally the closing one. And the project plans are there are 10 project plans. The first one is the uh, project integration plan. The second one is the scope, schedule, cost, then quality. Then after that we have a resource. Once we have a resource, then we have a communication, a risk, procurement, and the last one is the stakeholder. So these are the 10 uh, groups on which we have to work on. And for them, I'm going to give you the technique, what comes in this group. And if you add all of them, then it will total will make up to a 49 groups. So these are the very important one. And these, because these are the part of a traditional project management plan, and you will get a lot of questions. What are the inputs and what are the outputs of these uh, groups, and what the next to be done if we are in an integration phase, or what we are going to do in a planning phase. If we are in a planning, then what we are going to do in a stakeholder management. So these are all are the things that you have to learn and remember. I would rather say that remember each and every things, so that it would be easier for you to recall it whenever it is required. I'm also a learner just like you. I'm making a video so that I can test my knowledge, and uh, also it is creating an artificial pressure on me so that I can make a very less mistake. But because when I just randomly practice it up, so even if I make a mistake, so I don't care about it. But now it is the artificial pressure in on me because I'm sharing this PPT with you guys. So maybe the fear of judgment is one of the things due to which I'm going to say the right things. Okay, so let's start with the first one, that is the integration mind map. The first thing here is that in the integration mind map is here, what we are going to do, we are going to create a project charter. Project charter is a high level document which includes the business case, the scope of a project, what is the goal of a project, and at last, what is the duration of the project, and who all are the stakeholders. So now, if it's a high level document, what exactly this means? So let me tell you, the project is a normal project is a simply a endeavor, it's a temporary endeavor which has some start date and the end date. Okay, so it's not like a regular operation where you every day you comes and do your work and go home. Then we will not call it as a project, we will call it as an operation. Project is something unique, different, which is going to create a new value or deliverable, and which has a shorter time span or a longer time span, but it must have a time span. it should have an end date. Let me give an example. For every day I go to office from my home, okay, it usually take me 40 minutes. Today I decided, okay, why not I should make a project for myself. Instead of taking a regular route, I'm going to take a different route, and which is going to take me a very less duration. I just select that route. If this is a project for me, this is not a regular way that I usually go into. If I get uh, if I find out that okay, okay, this is a route is fixed, then I will start using the regular the same route again and again. Then this will be the project for me. This is a very generic example that I've shared with you, but hope so that you will understand, because most of the time I'll give the very generic example, try to relate, but okay. So have you seen that most of the time whenever we get an apps in the beta phase, before after that they get rolled out, so that is also a project. They are starting a project to improve something. Once it will get improved, they rolled out everything, then it will become a regular operation. So this is how we can define differentiate the project from a regular work, regular operations. And the project charter is the same thing. Project charter is a high level document which get approval from the sponsor are the person who are sponsoring your project, paying money or paying, putting some resources, giving some authority. So they are approving your project, and and saying that okay, this give me some business case, give me some goal, deadline, timeline, and everything. Once you have a written document of that, I'm going to approve it up. So this is what we call the project charter. In the project charter, how we are going to make a project charter? We first of all we will get some business document from where this problem arises and everything in a high level. And if we have some agreement, yeah, we are putting the agreement here. If we are so there is a one of the important component of project charter is assumption log. Assumption log is assuming that we are assuming this thing is going to happen, and that's the reason we are creating this project. So every assumptions they are putting in the assumptions log while creating a project charter. This happens all in the initiation phase. Till now we are at initiation phase. We just have gathered the requirement, we have created a project charter, we given it to the sponsor, got the approval. Once the approval is done, then we will move further. All right. So this is what we have done in the initiation phase of the creating a project charter. So once the charter has been prepared, the assumption log has been done. This is the only one thing that we are going to do in the initiation phase. Our initiation phase is over. Now the second thing is that we will going to move into the planning phase. Okay. In the planning phase of the same initiation part, what we are going to do is we will develop a project management plan. In the project management plan, we are going to do what are the things what the things that are going to happen over there. Okay. Oh, how the all the expert judgment, data gathering, meetings, and all these things will happen. We will direct and manage the project work. All the project work that are happening, we have to manage it up. Project work, deliverable, checking the deliverable, checking if there are any issues log or changes requests are there. We will handle all these things. Additionally, we are also going to manage the project knowledge. We will monitor and control the work and perform the integrated change control request if there are any. All right. Finally, the last phase is the closing one. We will close the phase. Second one, the scope, mind mapping. Here the scope. Once we have done with the first plan, which is the integration project, project integration plan management, then we will move to the scope management, planning the scope management. The scope is a defined area on which we are going to work. It's not like that I'm going to work on everything. Okay. So there are the specific in scope thing, out scope thing. Let me give you another example. For let's say I started a project, then the project is related to I'm going to improve the AHT, average handle time, of the of a process of the voice team. But this is my scope. I will only work under for the AHT improvement. I will not go ahead and also say that okay, now I'm working on a AHT improvement plan. Let me also work with the CSEN improvement or start improving the feedback part. That is the another out of scope thing. So what is in our scope, what is out of scope, that is defined by the plan scope management. So that after once the project will end, the people will not say that you have not done this thing. Then we will say to them, okay, this is out of our project. This is out of scope that has been clearly been defined in our plan scope management plan. The first thing to create a scope, we have to collect the requirements. We have to collect the requirement docs, the requirement traceability metrics. So these are the two important things that we have to work on it. Additionally, we will also there are two things that we are going to work in it. The scope management plan, that is the one thing. We will plan it up. Then we will plan also the requirement management plan. Once we have a requirement doc by which we are going to collect the requirement and requirement traceability metrics. Once we do have a two things, we will define our scope. After defining the scope, we will create the work breakdown structure. The scope will be divided into the small work breakdown structure. Then the team will start working on it. We will also create a scope baseline. Baseline will help us to measure that how much work we have done and how much work is there that is meant to be completed. So baseline is something by which we are going to measure our progress. The validate scope, validation of the scope will help us to inspect that whatever we are doing, is it correct? We will verify the delivery of what exactly we wanted to make. Is it getting done? So validation can be done by the two parties. One could be the customers, if they are accepted the deliverable, or the change, if they wanted to change something, they will also request some changes. Finally, we will control our scope. Now schedule management is another important area where we are going to work with schedule. The first one is the planning of the schedule management. Just like we have created a schedule scope plan, like this is in our in scope. This is out of the scope. Similarly, we are going to make a plan for a schedule management. What activities need to be done at what point of time. Okay. For that, we will define the list of the activities attribute, milestone list, or if there are any change request. Activities list, activity attribute, milestone list. Lead and lag dependency, PMIs. We will also control our schedule with the help of data analysis, resource, lead and lag schedule. We will develop the schedule like project calendar, change request, data schedule, project schedule baseline. Estimate the activity duration, base of estimated duration, expert judgment. We have to make our plan cost management, expert judgment, determine the budget cost plan. Estimate in the cost mind map is a very simple, and it generally have a three things. We will first of all manage the cost management plan, estimate the cost. To estimate the cost, how much cost is going to take, there are several techniques that has been there. The analogous method, expert judgment, we can take a analogous parametric bottom up 3 point, and the data analysis and the PMIS and the decision making. We will estimate the cost basis of estimate. We will control the cost with the help of post forecast, change request, cost baseline, with the help of which we are going to measure our the cost, how much budget we have exhausted. Finally, the quality management plan has a three specific things: Managing the plan quality management, manage quality and control quality. Again, in the manage quality part, we will do the data analysis, decision making, data representation, audits and the design forex, uh, problem solving, quality improvement methods. For the quality control, we have a quality measure, control measurement, verified review, change request. For the resource management plan is a top one, and the resource management plan, we will work with the data representation technique, which is RACI, OBS, RBPS, organizational theories, meetings, resource management team charter. For the resource management plan, we will make a team charter, estimate activity, requirement basis of estimate, parametric, okay, decision making, ITS negotiation, uh, develop team performance assessment, change request, manage team, control resources, communication plan, communication technology, communication model, communication method, ITS, data represent meetings. The communication plan, the PMP, manage communication, communication technology. These are also the same. The risk, we will plan the risk management, identify the risk register, risk report, perform the qualitative risk analysis, risk category. Then we will make implement risk response, monitor risk, plan risk response strategies, overall perform quantitative risk analysis, decision tree analysis, EVM, EMV. Procurement mind mapping is the procurement management, procurement management plan, procurement strategy, bid docs, procurement so statement of work, source selection criteria, make or buy decision, conduct procurement, seller proposal, procurement document, export judgment, change request, control procurement, identify the stakeholders, stakeholder register, change request, project charter agreement, plan stakeholder engagement plan, manage stakeholder, change request, monitor. Okay, this is how this all things this work. Now this is the PPT is complete. I'm going to add the link of this PPT so that you can also learn from it. All right, and thank you so much for watching my video. I hope so that you have enjoyed it.